Hey Trans Youth, it's Sunday and it's me, Samantha, and this week we actually had a very serious topic. Well, serious in my opinion. I mean, it could be a little light or whatever, but the topic is actually why we're on YouTube. And for me, it's an incredibly important thing. YouTube is a very, very large portion of my transition and record keeping and things like that. So I kind of, structured me, I came up with like bulleted points or whatever. And I wanted to talk about each one. There's actually 3 of them, being a sense of community, a record-keeping manner, and part of an arising factor for me is remaining active as a GLBT activist type of person, because it's very important to me. So the first one being a sense of community. I've talked about this a lot in my videos. Community is a very important thing to me because toward the beginning of my transition, it was maybe a little lonely, and it did kind of end up being like that. Why am I feeling this and no one else is? Which is not true. There's a lot of other people feeling the same way. And it's a tremendously important thing for you to understand that and have people who are like you to talk about your experiences and give theirs and have advice. So I think that being on YouTube and having that sense of community, no matter how minimal it was, definitely helped my transition a lot. And it also kind of helped as a form of research and things like that. I could get advice from other YouTubers, which is kind of what led me to Trans Youth in the first place. The second one being record keeping. When I started my therapy sessions and everything like that, I did all of that stuff, it actually ended up being a huge advantage that I started doing videos on YouTube, because it recorded the fact that I was living part-time or full-time or even at all. And it definitely helped my therapist understand me a little more, and it sped the process along pretty quickly. Now that's a pretty obvious example of record keeping, but I also kind of want everyone to understand we have 200 videos for each of us people, and each and every one of those is a little window into how we were feeling on that particular day on the transition. So it's very important that we look back at that, because when we're unsettled or we really need to know one thing that we used to know and don't understand now, we can go back and watch our own videos. And that sense of security and that sense of looking back and having that is very important. So record keeping, pretty awesome. Now, remaining active as a GLBT person is oftentimes not a huge thing in people's lives, but to me it kind of is, because when you identify as someone and you wish to take pride in that, it kind of requires that you talk about it. And talking about it is kind of difficult when you're in a place where there isn't an active GLBT group or anything like that. So being an activist and setting a blazing trail can also help a lot of others. I think that one of the main points of life is actually helping out others, because others will be around when you're not, and that's kind of how you set your mark in the world. And it's a way to give back. And I think that remaining active and setting that trail is going to help the world far more in the long run than you just living your life as a trans person. Being active to me is a very important role that we should play, because it helps make others' lives easier. So that's pretty much it. And it is kind of a serious topic to me, but that's why I'm on YouTube, and I don't think I'm going to stop doing any form of YouTube video anytime soon, because all 3 of these I think will be heavily laid into my life, and YouTube is an important part of that. So that's pretty much it, and this is a trans youth video for Sunday. And if you have any other questions, please send them to transyouthchannel@gmail.com. We want your questions, and we can't do anything without them, that whole spiel and everything like that. Also, just as in every one of my other videos down here in the description bar, feel free to run a survey, and that survey is actually kind of my personal thing to help me, help you, help me, help the community, you know? So please do that, and then you can cut and paste the whole survey into a personal message and PM me. So that's pretty much it, and thank you guys for watching. Bye.